You can't pour from an empty cup, and before you give love to anybody else, you have to truly love yourself. That means you still love yourself. Be proud of yourself. To be proud of yourself, you have to decide who you want to be, decide what the next person is. Decide the character you want to be. Try your best to achieve.
Why do you think people struggle?
I think because they know they're failing. I think that most people failing in life know very well they're failing. And it doesn't matter what avatar you decide to absorb, who you decide to be. You can decide to be it, and you know truly in your heart you're giving 100% of your energy. It doesn't matter if you want to become a famous musician, it doesn't matter if you want to become a bodybuilder, it doesn't matter if you want to become a pro fighter, it doesn't matter what you want to be. You know in your heart if you're actually trying. You have to decide what you want to be and try and become it. And a lot of the people who are genuinely unhappy or miserable in their hearts know they're not trying.
Well, and I think they also focus on what everyone else is doing right or wrong, and then judging outward, and everyone's like focused on this outward reflection of like what that person has versus what they don't have, and it's all just like this cycle of negativity.
Completely.
And it's just, we found ourselves, especially with social media nowadays, we found ourselves like most people, because maybe they're not mentally strong enough to understand like, wait, I need to create my own values and looking outward. How do you think you fix it?
Successful is all about self-definition, which is what I was saying. Decide who you want to be. If you wanted to be Joe Schmo and you pull it off, then you'll be a pretty happy content person. Decide who you want to be. People who are miserable, it's the gap between their expectations and their reality. That's what it is in their lives. My expectations were always enormously high. Even when I was a nobody, I knew I had to be filthy rich to kickball sword. At the age of 15, I knew that if I'm the kind of guy, if I raise my voice, people don't care. I'm not going to be the guy to start shouting at me. It's fun. I know I'm going to be the kind of guy who's genuinely miserable and all around. People who are miserable are the people who don't try hard enough to obtain it, because I actually believe I believe the universe is very different. I think the universe and God himself is very different. I've yet to meet someone in all my years who genuinely give it 100% of themselves day after day, doesn't snake anyone, firm handshake, look you in the eye, doesn't lie to nobody, tries 100%. Never seen it. Every single person who doesn't have what they want, there's something in their story that doesn't quite happen. I've yet to see some guy who, have you ever seen a guy who eats right, trains his ass off, and never misses a gym session, ever? It's just, that's the way the universe works, right? So if you're truly about it, you're truly trying your absolute best to be good. And that's what I believe. I believe the universe is extremely giving. So when I meet someone, I really want this and I don't have it, so I'm going to do it.
All of like the successful people, most successful people in the world, would you say that all of them have like something in common in the sense of like some sort of hardship in their life? It's not...
I mean, trauma is extremely important, and this actually goes back into answering the first part of your question.
Yeah.
There's a study I read about stress, and it was saying that stress has a placebo effect. The placebo effect is extremely powerful. So they found some of the most stressed people in the world. They put them into two groups. And they're all equally stressed. They all have a bunch of cortisol. People who believe that stress was bad for you, and that stress could hurt you, and they didn't go through the articles, were dying early. They're having heart attacks and all stress-related. People who believe the opposite, you just said, stress is part of being successful. I like stress. I feel stressed looking like that. It makes me anxious. It turns my brain. I like being stressed. Lived longer than average. Point is, the same drug, how you look at it, how your body anticipates it, how you feel about it, affects the real world results. So going back into what you were saying earlier about jealousy. You're saying people look on social media and they get jealous and it demotivates them. That's because they decide to be demotivated by it. You know what happens when I get jealous of somebody? I fucking beat them. If I look at somebody who has something I ain't got, I will take it from them by hook or by crook. Love it. I love it. I wish someone could make me jealous. It's hard now. I got everything. I wish I could look at somebody and go, fuck.
Would you say jealousy is the number one part of motivation?
Well, I don't think motivation is a real thing. I don't believe motivation is a concept. I think discipline is real. And I also think discontentment is real. And I don't think it's possible for anybody to stay in a scenario where it's really. If you fall asleep on your arm really starts to hurt. Even in the deepest sleep, you wake up and move your arm. If you sit there and your life has been in a rut for 7 years, you are semi-comfortable in that rut. Sure, there's days you're pissed off. Sure, you're semi-annoyed by it. But there's also days when you just play video games, eat pizza, and you're kind of cool with it. It's no big deal. If you were truly unhappy and uncomfortable and discontent with your scenario, you wouldn't be in it. I don't believe there's anybody who's truly... When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I'm saying, please understand this. When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I'd be trying to go to bed thinking, how the fuck these people have Ferraris? I want a fucking Ferrari. I couldn't sleep.
Like I said, look at that guy, what he has. He had it, you don't have it. Like, if something's going on with you, happening with me, why am I this way? Why am I the person that I am today? I want to figure out deeply, how do you think a man, specifically in this case, is able to look at themselves more comfortably without holding the judgment, the fact that they have.
Completely, you're totally right. I think there's two answers to the question. One, I think a lot of that came from chess, because chess is the most ruthless game on the planet, and what chess will teach you, chess teaches you that if you lose, at some point you made a mistake. It doesn't matter if it's the smallest mistake, it doesn't matter if you just took too long to think to make the right move. Well, at some point you fucked up. 100% accountability. That's what's so important about learning chess. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you need to, as a man, adopt a mindset. Absolutely everything that happens to you is completely not really your fault, whether it's good or bad. Oh, I don't have that. When the Matrix was attacking me, and they were destroying me, and they're calling up my exes trying to get fake fucking charges on me to put me in jail. And they closed my bank accounts on $10, $11 million. And they banned me on across all social medias and lie about me. And they harassed my family. And I'm sitting there going, this is my fault. All of this is me. I got here. It's my fault. I'm not going, that was unfair. It was orchestrated. The NGOs worked against me. Because that is not helpful.
So it's accountability.
It's 100% accountability in all things. But also, when I go out there and I start the Bugatti, it's like, that's me. This is my fault. The car's my fault, and the big house is my fault, and everything that ever goes wrong is my fault. Yeah, absolutely. You have to take complete and utter accountability for everything. You can't make excuses ever. There's never an excuse. And you're right, people try and put things on the outwards on the outside. It's interesting. I remember watching Forrest Gump about 5 years ago. I was on a plane, I can't remember where I was flying. The beginning of Forrest Gump has a scene in it. He's sitting on the bench. Think about it, Forrest Gump. He's sitting on the bench at the beginning, and there's a feather lands on him, and the movie begins. What they're saying with that is, Forrest is a feather, and life has just pushed him all over and put him in all these unusual scenarios. Life has directed him. That's what it's saying. And if you're going to be the guy who's going to allow life to happen, you're not going to happen to life. If you're at mercy of the wind, perhaps it might work out okay. It might not, right? So you have to be the guy who goes, okay, the wind's blowing in this direction. Fuck them. I'm doing this. You have to come to life. You can't let life come to you. If you let life come to you, then you're going to be living inside of a matrix and a system which is designed not for you to live your best life. It's designed for you to comply.
How do you think you actually feel more confident, like deciding to, like I said, just letting it affect you?
Yeah, so they have to take absolute responsibility, which is the first thing. The second thing, they have to be confident. Confidence is going to allow you to have confidence. You're not going to do shit for bad shit. You have some good things. You're only going to be confident in doing good things. I know what I'm good at, what I'm bad at. So you have to go out there and take risks, and you have to make mistakes, and you have to risk it all. And once again, this comes down to competition. I grew up in a stress world, world of all extremely competitive, it's competition driven. You can't make excuses. If I sit here and say I lost the fight, cool, you lost the fight. But I lost the fight, but my gloves, when they were wrapped up, my hand was hurting, and then they wrapped.
Excuses.
Like, you have to understand that excuses don't matter, nobody cares, life's binary, winners and losers, and you just have to take absolute responsibility.
People are so caught up when things happen. It's why this happened to me, this, my childhood, my past trauma, my life, whatever. But people are so not taught to like look inwards and go towards it.
Well, I think victims playing victims. It's an easy way out. Yeah.
It's a lazy business, an easy way out, it's a good excuse, and it also makes you feel better about yourself. Me and my brother have nothing to do. We do this all the time. Neither of us are ever complaining about anything. We say, we shut each other up and say, what do you want therapy? If you don't want therapy, what are you talking about? The main reason people complain about things is to get dopamine. I'm unhappy, but if I sit there and I complain about it, and you give me a little bit of sympathy, I feel better. Dopamine. That's why they're complaining for dopamine. If someone comes to me and complains about something, the best thing I can do for them, because I'm a philanthropic, nice man, so I'm Mr. Nice, is tell them to get fucked. Don't care. Shut up. Well, a lot of this comes down to your social circle. Because there's a whole bunch of guys out there whose friends accept excuses. If your friends will allow you to make excuses, you're going to make excuses. If your family let you make excuses, you're going to make excuses. You're going to complain and feel better. You got to be around killers who don't accept that shit. If let's say me and 3 friends, there's 4 of us, and we all decide to do 10,000 push-ups a day, and all of us do them except one, there's no words inside the human language, there's no sentence you can possibly construct, no matter how compendious or concise or how intelligent the man is, that will allow us to forgive you for failure. If you don't accept excuses, that is it.